All right, how about we do a quick game of pop percentages? Dun, 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 bump.
Pop. All right, pop percentages. What percentage of people have never eaten brunch?
Well, that's a fine line. Because really, when I eat brunch, it's breakfast time.
Yeah, if it's my first meal of the day, it's breakfast.
Right, correct.
I don't care if it's at 11 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
So, if you're saying brunch is the time, what time should brunch be? Is breakfast at 7 to 8 a.m. or does it like McDonald's drive-through? You know, I think their breakfast is at 10 or 10:30 or something.
Yeah, I think brunch is whenever the restaurant who's making the food says, our brunch menu is.
Okay.
Brunch should probably be around 10, 11 o'clock, but then now you're
That's
popping
lunch.
into lunch.
Yeah.
So, 10.
I think lunch starts at 11. When I
Okay,
think
see?
lunch.
All right. But see, you have a different awake-asleep schedule than
That's
most
true.
people.
Yeah, my lunch normally is now.
All right, we'll say the normal person gets up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever. They have to be at work at 9.
Mm-hmm.
So their breakfast is going to be that
Yes,
7,
correct.
8 o'clock time.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah.
And then lunch is at noon. So 8, noon, 4, 2 is 10.
You just did a lot of numbers and I'm lost now.
Well,
I
it's
get
like
you.
7 to 8 would be breakfast.
Yes, 8 to then
4 hours later is noon.
So in between there,
would be 10 o'clock.
that would be brunch.
So that's
okay.
why I will say, but
All
we're
right.
not even looking at that. What
No.
percentage of people have never eaten?
I'm going to say 25%.
I'm going to say 32%. The answer is 15. Really?
15, wow.
Well, I think a lot of us are forced to eat brunch.
It's true. What percentage of people have tried to talk police officers out of a ticket or arrest? Oh, lots. I'm saying this is high.
Okay.
I'm going to say 76%. Why do you at least got to
Now,
try?
there's a huge difference between out of a ticket or arrest.
Right.
Ticket and arrest, I would think.
But I think you at least try it. You may not work, but at least you're going to try to
okay,
talk
so
to
what are
someone.
you saying it is?
76.
76%. Okay, I'm going to say. I'm going to say 47%.
Only
38%.
38?
Yeah.
That's shocking to me.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, to what degree are you trying to talk them out of it rather than just going, really, do I have to have a ticket, you know?
Well, I think the best answer is like, if the police officer comes to the window and says, do you know how fast you were going? And I always say, yes, the speed limit.
That's the way to do it.
Don't give a
say,
number.
I don't know, don't say
Don't say
anything. Okay,
Speed limit?
what percentage of people hate coconut?
If you hate coconut, we can't be friends. I love coconut.
Yeah, but what percentage of people
Oh, I think a lot.
hate coconut?
Yeah, I think a lot of people do.
All right,
I'll
a
say
lot of coconut out there if people hate it.
59%.
59%? I'm going to say 47%.
Okay, let's see then.
What do we have?
31.
31%. So
Okay.
about a third. All right.
Ooh, coconut cream pie, please. Okay, what percentage of people never RSVP to weddings they plan to attend? That is just rude. I could not, I'm sorry, if I'm going to something like that and they want RSVP, I can't not RSVP. I wouldn't just show up, especially if you're doing plated meals. I don't know, maybe 9%?
I'll say 62%.
Holy moly.
And the answer is
3, hallelujah, I'm glad it's low. I was even too high. It's just rude.
all right. What percentage of people had their mouths washed out as children?
Right here, my grandma Norma,
I
you
could-
said a curse word.
I can still taste soap.
I know I did.
All right. 76%.
49%. 33.
33, really?
Let's bring that back.
I wonder what age range this was.
Yeah, I was very young though.
Uh-huh.
Very young.
Well, yeah. All right.
Okay, what percentage of people dispose of hard copy financial statements in a shredder? I did for years and years and years.
Yeah.
But now I just keep them all in files. I haven't shredded anything in a while. I just keep them, you know, in a locked file cabinet from burglars. So don't come rob me. I don't know. What do you think, Tom? I have a shredder. I own one.
I do too. 38%.
22. 55. Well, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
All right. You have another one? What percentage of people have at least one expired item in the fridge right now?
Oh my gosh, Tom. Tom, I was cooking dinner last night. I realized I had a lot of expired things in my fridge. A lot. I mean, that's no surprise to you if you watch the show, because Maddie yells at me all the time for it. So.
I know.
But yeah, I got a lot of expired things.
I'm going to say 83%. I think it might be higher,
I'll say 85 then.
but I would admit to it. And
I
it
admit to
is
it.
82%.
Oh, you were one off!
Not bad, not bad.
Wow!
And I'll bet you out of the remaining 18%, someone was fibbing
Somebody
or
was
didn't
lying.
know because they don't go into the refrigerator except to get a beer.
You know, I have expired things in my pantry that, like, let's say salad dressing that I bought thinking I need it,
Uh-huh.
and I forget about it, and it's expired.
Yeah.
I'll admit to it.
I'm not sure how to feel about expired things that are in the freezer, though.
I don't know, viewers have messaged me about it, and they say it does have a timeline, like a shelf life, but I'm
There
like,
is, but it's
tell that to my great-grandma.
out there.
Tell some Depression-era person. Okay, what percentage of people still have DVD towers in their places of residence? Now, do you consider your residence the attic?
It's where you live.
Because I still have a DVD/VHS player in my guest bedroom, just as a backup in
You
case.
don't like guests, though, that's why.
Well, they have to deal with the VHS.
I thought you'd get him cable at least.
And then there's a little sign that says, "Be kind, rewind."
That's it.
I'm gonna say this is low. This has got to be like 10%.
23%.
30% still do? Wow, they love nostalgia.
Well,
They love it.
sometimes you have things that you go, I like that, and that's the only place you can see it.
All right, let's do one more. What percentage of kids today don't recognize an overhead projector? Oh, that's got to be high. Kids today would not know an overhead projector.
How about 92%?
90.
80?
80? That's still too low. For these kids today, they don't know what what do you call it, a rotary phone is.
I know. I'm not arguing with you.
I'm arguing with the percentage people.
I'm just wondering, kids, what do they consider kids?
I think if I showed it to some people in this newsroom, they wouldn't know what it is.
Oh, no, they wouldn't.
Okay.
No, they
Well,
wouldn't.
there you go, guys.
All right, more fun is right around the corner, so don't go away.